Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to your maths class. As you already know that we have finished the syllabus for our T1 exam. So, today we are starting with the revision of the chapters. So, today which chapters are we going to revise? We are going to revise the chapters. First, we are going to revise chapter number 1, that is identifying different geometrical shapes, and that is shapes and angles, right? So we are going to revise that first, and then we will be talking about the number system. That will include both the Indian number system and the international number system. So let's begin.
In this video, you will need IMAX Geoboard and IMAX Gridboard. Do you identify what these are? What is this called? And what is this called? Well, these two are called lines. So this is one line and this is another line. So what happens if two lines are there that meet? So what happens if two lines meet? What do the lines meeting form? Do they form a special shape? Well, this is called an angle. Whenever two lines meet, they form an angle. And we can show angle like this. So, whenever two lines meet, they form an angle. Let's think about it this way. How many ways are there in which lines can meet? They can interact in any way. So, we can have two lines coming like this. We can have lines meeting like this, or like this, and there's so many ways. So we can have lines meeting like this, or like this, or like this, or in this way. All of these will form an angle. So how can we differentiate between different types of angles? Well, there are different ways to classify angles, and there are different types of angles formed based on how the lines meet. Do you know what this angle is called? This angle has a special name. What about this one? Do you know what this angle is called? And this one? All of the three angles have a different name. This angle, where one line is horizontal and the other line is vertical, perpendicular to each other, is called a right angle. Now suppose, in the second case, these two lines, one is horizontal, the other is not vertical. It is less than the right angle. It can form anywhere between here till here. So, angle which lies between a right angle is called an acute angle. What about this one? Here, the angle is more than a right angle. So this angle is called an obtuse angle. This is a right angle, this is an acute angle, and this is an obtuse angle. Let's try to represent the angles on the geoboard. So this is a right angle. Here you can see one line is horizontal, the other is vertical. How can you convert a right angle into an acute angle? Let's see. This is an acute angle. As we can clearly see, it is less than a right angle. So if we move the thread from here to this side, we get an acute angle. Now can you try to make an obtuse angle? You can use the geoboard and the thread to make an obtuse angle. In this video, you will need the IMAX bean strips, the IMAX button strips, and the IMAX Gridboard. What's the number we have written on the gridboard? It's 1. What if we add a 0 to it? What is this new number? This is a 10. What if we add another 0? Now the number becomes 100. If we add one more 0, we get 1000. Let's add one more 0. it's 10,000. Now we have 1 lakh. Let's add another 0. Now the number is 10 lakhs. What if we add another 0 to it? Now we get a crore. Let's add one more 0. Now it's 10 crores. So what do you observe over here? As we are adding zeros to 1, the number name is changing. We are calling this 1. We are calling the next number 10, 100 and so on. So based on the position of 1 and the zeros, the value of the number changes. So this is nothing but place value system. Here, depending on the place of a particular digit, the number gets its name. And we have different groups. So let's write the place values one by one. We'll start from this end and keep on writing the place values. So the first place value is ones. After that, we get to tens. The next is called hundreds. The one after that is called thousands. Similarly, the next is 10,000s. Then we have a lakh. Then we have 10 lakhs. Next, we get a crore. And then we have 10 crores. So out here, we have written each of the place values. Note that each digit has a unique place value associated with it. So we can group the place values based on the values that they denote. So the first 3 denote the hundreds group. So here we have ones, tens and hundreds. The next 2 denote the thousands group. They consist of the 1,000 and 10,000s. After this group, we move over to the lakhs group. The lakhs group has 10 lakhs and lakhs. Next, we have the crores group. It has crore and 10 crores. Also, if you notice, as the number of zeros keep on increasing, it gets difficult to read the number. So after each group, we place a comma so that it gets easier to identify the number. So over here, after the first 3, that means after the hundreds group, we can place a comma in all of these numbers. Similarly, after the thousands group, we can place the comma. So after hundreds, we'll move over to the thousands group and place the comma in all the numbers. Then after 10 lakhs, we'll also have a comma. Similarly, in these numbers, we'll put the commas. So now you can see it's much easier to read the numbers. There's a comma separating the hundreds, the thousands, the lakhs and the crores. Let us represent some numbers using the Indian place value system. Suppose we want to represent 5 lakh, 20,000 and 100. How will we represent this number? So let's use the buttons to represent the number. So under each of the digits, we can place the required number of buttons. So let's look at the number. It's 5 lakh, 20,000 and 100. So for 5 lakhs, we can go to the lakhs column and place 5 buttons over there. So now we have put 5 buttons to represent 5 lakh. Now we need to complete this number by putting 20,000 and 100. So I'll take a button and put it over here. Now does it represent 20,000? Notice that it is under the thousands column. So this represents 1 and 1, 2,000s. We need to move it over to the 10,000s column. So each button now represents 10,000, making a total of 20,000. Now let's complete the number by putting 100. So we'll take one button and place it on the hundreds column. Let us now write the number that we have represented. So we'll count the number of buttons 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This represents 5 lakh. Then under 10,000s there are 2 buttons. There are no buttons in thousands. So 2 10,000s make 20,000. Under hundreds we have 1 button and no tens and no ones. Let's now put the commas. So now we have represented the number 5,20,100 using the buttons. In this video, you will need the IMAX bean strips, the IMAX button strips, and the IMAX grid board. When we learn about numbers, we generally learn numbers using the Indian number system. However, Indian number system is known mostly in India and some of its neighboring countries. But what about other countries of the world? Do they have similar number system? Do they use similar number names or similar groups? Let's find out. What number is this? This number is 1. And if we add a 0 to it, we get 10. What if we add another 0 to it? Now we get 100. This is what we call numbers in the Indian number system. Then if we add one more 0, we get 1,000. Next we get 10,000. Let's add another 0 to it. This is 1 lakh in the Indian number system. This is where the difference starts to appear between Indian and international number system. In international number system, this is 100,000. What is the next number then? This is 1 million in the international number system. Let's add one more 0 to it. This number is 10 million. And if we add one more 0, we get 100 million. And let's add one more 0 to it. This is called 1 billion in the international number system. Let's go ahead and write the number names and the place values over in the columns at the top. So we'll start from the right. This represents ones. The next is tens. Then we have 100. Next we get thousands group. So we have thousands. Next we have the 10,000s group. Next we have the 100,000s group. Then we have million, 10 millions and 100 millions. And finally we have a billion. Now in the international number system, for every place value we have groups of 3. So this is the hundreds group. It consists of 100, tens and ones. Then we have the thousands group, which consists of thousands, 10,000s and 100,000s. Next we have the millions group, which consists of million, 10 million and 100 million. And then we have the billion group. So after every 3 place values, a new group starts. So here we have the hundreds group, then the thousand group, then the millions group and then the billion group. For easier identification, we put a comma after every group. So one comma will be here after the hundreds group, then after the thousands and then after the millions group. Let's do that for the numbers as well. So for thousands we'll have a comma. Then for 100,000s we'll have a comma. And next we'll have a comma for millions. Notice this way it's easier to identify the numbers when they are separated by commas. Let's look at an example. Let's try to represent a number in the international number system. Suppose we want to represent 1,512,100. So how can we do that? Let's use the button strips to represent the number. So under each place value, we'll place the number of buttons that denote the digit in that place value. So the number is 1,512,100. So for 1 million, we'll take one button and go to the millions place and place the button there. So now we have represented 1 million. Similarly, for 512 thousands, we will take 5 buttons and place them under the 100,000s group, making 500,000. So we have 1,500,000. We want 12,000 more. So we'll take the buttons and put the buttons under the 10,000s and thousands column. Now we have 1,512,000 and we'll add one button under the hundreds group. So now let's try to write this number down. So we'll look at the buttons and write the number accordingly. So under millions we have 1. Then under 100,000s we have 5 buttons. Next we have 1 button. Then 2 buttons. Then 1. And last 2 places don't have any buttons. So this is the number that we have represented, 1,512,100.
So children, I hope the videos have helped you a lot to revise and you to remember what we had learned in both the chapters. So thank you children. That's all for today, and in our next class we are going to revise 2 more chapters. And do keep practicing maths.